Or you! Yeah, you! Has someone done some bullshit to you that you didn't like? And has it made you angry to the point where you want to do something about it and perhaps protest? Fantastic! But hold on, mate. Listen, I've seen way too many people trying to change something and going about it in such a wrong way. Ways that you listen to, right? And they make you think, what the fuck, man? How's that dumb shit gonna change anything? Dumb shit like...
1.
Sitting in a drum circle like a fucking hippie and chanting some corny rhyme.
2.
Rioting on the streets and smashing shop windows.
3.
And worst of all, standing in the middle of the fucking highway like people actually did to protest Trump winning. Natural selection's a beautiful thing. But of all of these things that don't work, right? Tweeting a catchy hashtag on Twitter from the comfort of your toilet, surprisingly pretty effective. Now listen, I know no one gives a fuck about the Pewdiepie Wall Street Journal media spreading lies thing anymore, because the internet only has a 1 week attention span, right? But there might have been quite a decent opportunity for a hashtag campaign that possibly could have hurt the Wall Street Journal that no one took. But for educational purposes, I'm going to use that whole situation as an example to show what someone could have done if they had actually wanted to do something to the Wall Street Journal. And also, right, I already spent a shitload of time writing and researching this shit, and I can't bear to just throw it away, right? So I'm going to quickly make this video. One thing to keep in mind, right, is that the WSJ is a company, not a politically correct loser who's easily upset and can't take a joke. That's an SJW. We're talking about the WSJ, okay? Company. And because they're a company, that means that all they care about is how much money they make. Not their fucking reputation. They clearly don't give a fuck about that, right? It's their profits that they're concerned with. So to fully understand this plan, we need to realize that the only goal is to affect that. And to do so, with this plan, right, there are 3 very important news stories I've found that I need to tell you about. So listen up. So there are some things that you should know about the Wall Street Journal. And that is that there's some pretty strong evidence to show that the Wall Street Journal kinda has a habit of reporting somewhat dangerous fake news. Okay? Listen, this is an important claim and it's one that we first need to show proof of. Right? Let's go! Okay, story number 1. So I'm sure that everyone remembers just how big of a deal it was when Russia was being accused of allegedly trying to influence the American election, right? Sticking your nose in another country's politics and trying to fuck shit up. That's not cool, is it? Well, guess what the Wall Street Journal apparently did? According to the Prime Minister of Malaysia, the Wall Street Journal did exactly that. Listen, the details are boring, right? But in short, the Wall Street Journal apparently reported what were obviously lies in some shit involving Malaysian politics. And the Malaysian Prime Minister called... What the... let's just call him John. Yeah? Okay. The Malaysian Prime Minister, John, was not fucking happy with that shit, right? Because the Wall Street Journal's doing some shit. Bastards. Anyways... The false statements made by the Wall Street Journal were so bad that they made the Malaysian Prime Minister's press secretary called... Fucking hell! Now, why is this, man? Why are Malaysian names so long, mate? Just imagine how long roll call or taking the register must take in Malaysian schools. You wouldn't get to learn shit. You'd be there all fucking day waiting for roll call or register. I wouldn't even want to make friends in Malaysia. Oh, nice to meet you, mate. What's your name? Oh, my name is Dato Sri Haji Muhammad Najid bint... I don't give a fuck, man. Don't worry about it. That's ridiculous, man. Grade, where do you go? I was nearly half done saying my name. I give up, man. Fuck off. Anyways, let's call him Steve. Right? The false statements made by the Wall Street Journal were so bad that they made Steve make some pretty strong statements against the Wall Street Journal. And he said shit like, it's unfortunate that people believe the Wall Street Journal as being fact. The Wall Street Journal continues to report lies as fact. And the Wall Street Journal's mum is a slag and I banged her last night. Oh shit! Shots fired, Steve! You go, girl! Listen, he even went as far as to say that an investigation must be carried out against the Wall Street Journal for taking sides in Malaysia's politics and internal affairs. And I'm sure we can all agree, right? That shit's not cool. Just ask John and Steve. And again, right, this isn't just some random homeless guy who's high on crack saying all this shit, right? These are some of the most high-up people in Malaysian politics right now. Just don't ask me to read out their fucking names, please. On to story 2. In January 2012, the Wall Street Journal published an article titled, "No Need to Panic About Global Warming." Huh? That's weird, because I thought that global warming was a pretty scientifically proven concern. Nah? But whatever. The Wall Street Journal must have clearly found some new shit, and because of that new shit, clearly isn't worried about global warming and climate change, right? But while the Wall Street Journal isn't worried, do you know who is worried about global warming and climate change? Over 97% of climate scientists. 97%! That's pretty much fucking all of them. So 97% of climate scientists say they are worried about global warming, but the Wall Street Journal decides to side with those 3% who aren't. I don't know about you, right? But that seems to me like some pretty biased and somewhat dangerous reporting to me, don't you think? What do you think, Steve? That's bullshit, man. And Steve not my name. My name, you see? Steve agrees. No, but seriously though, right? That's bullshit. I mean, why can't the Wall Street Journal be more like the people and companies who see climate change for the problem it is and are trying to do something about it? Listen, right? You get responsible companies like Tesla and Google, ding ding ding, Google, who are using their influence to do something about global warming, but then companies like the Wall Street Journal come along and try to do the opposite for some reason. Dicks! Listen, what a bunch of cunts, man. It's like the Wall Street Journal is trying to spread a narrative that is the opposite of the great work that Google is doing. Now, these are some important news stories to know about, right? Because it shows some evidence towards the claims that some people who aren't me might say that the Wall Street Journal could be fake news and potentially, possibly, perhaps, could be spreading a dangerous narrative. Okay? Not me, don't sue me as shit, right? Please. But here's the third and most important story that I think you need to know about. That is the final piece of this puzzle, or whatever. Story number 3. Just over 3 months ago, in mid-November, Google, the amazing company that it is, said that it's going to update its policies to ban Google ads being placed on certain types of websites. And Google ads are a nice way for a website to make some extra money, especially when your Alexa ranked roughly 500. And the updating of these policies meant that Google planned to get rid of and prohibit their ads that earn websites extra money from being on a bunch of different types of sites. And get this, a Google spokeswoman said that the policy would include sites that distribute fake news. And guess which site currently has Google ads on it? The Wall Street Journal! Listen, Google's supposed new policy means that if a site is known to spread fake news, or thought to spread fake news, Google says it doesn't want to offer the ad-selling software to be on that site, which means no ads on that site, which would affect how much money they make. And as I've shown in this video, as if the whole Pewdiepie thing didn't open up enough eyes already, right? It could be argued that the Wall Street Journal totally spreads bullshit news. And if you don't believe me, just ask the Prime Minister of Malaysia, 97% of climate scientists, and probably Donald Trump too. And imagine if someone big were to have started a nice hashtag campaign a few weeks ago, right? Tweeting at some important people at Google to get them to change this. Could have been something great, man. But kind of pointless now, right? Because people on the internet have a short attention span, and they've lost interest in this story already. Bugger. Should have just made a video on that cash me outside bitch or something, shouldn't I?